and my fellow writers, and welcome to the third video in my Madness of Publishing series. Today is all about the agents. Before we dive right into this, I'm going to apologize now for any background noise you may hear. I have my balcony door open because it's really hot. It's like 80 degrees here. I have no idea what that is in Celsius, but if you live here in England, you know it's hot. Look at that. I've been lied to. They said it was cold here, that it's wet and rainy here. I have yet to experience this. Well, the cold bit, not the wet and rainy. I've experienced that. Agents. That is the most important thing you are going to be focusing on after you finish your novel, next to your cover letter and your synopsis. In this video, I'm just going to go over a few things that you need to know about agents, what you should be looking for, where to find them, especially now that we have online and they are easily attainable to us and very easy to find. In my first video, I said that you don't want to begin looking for agents until you finish your novel, and I am actually going to retract that statement because what I really meant to say is you don't contact your agents until your novel is 100% finished. The reason I'm taking back what I said is not just because, it's solely that you don't want to contact the agent until you're done, but I have thought long and hard about this, and I honestly believe that if you are stuck halfway through your novel or in those last few chapters that just will not cooperate with you, that looking up agents and taking it in and realizing that yes, this is attainable, that this is actually going to happen one day, gives you that needed push to finish your novel. If you are stuck on your novel, go ahead, search for agents until your little heart is content, as long as it gives you that needed push, as long as you sit there and you go, I'm going to contact these people once as I'm done, I'm really excited, and then you sit down and you finish your novel. Do not contact them though. Do not contact. Not until it's 100% done and edited. Don't contact them. In searching for agents, there are certain things you have to keep an eye out for, and the main thing is your genre that you are writing in. Now, we all know that there are tons of genres out there in the book world, and that only certain literary agents take on certain genres. So there have been questions about, well, if my novel is, a young adult historical, and there's an agent that only takes on young adult, or if my novel's like 4 genres, what do I do? I'm in that same boat of having 4 genres that fit my novel. Hunted is a young adult historical fantasy fiction. It's a big jumble of things, and as much as I love it, having 4 genres does make it a bit more tricky compared to if you had just a young adult contemporary novel or an adult novel. However, there is an easy tiebreaker. Look at the age group you are writing for. Most agents will only deal with adults or young adults, or children's if you're writing children's. There are some agents that do deal with every single genre, but those are mainly the new upcoming businesses, the new agents that are trying to recruit as many authors as they can to get their agency going. So if an agent says that they only deal with adult, historical, contemporary, horror, and fantasy, but they specifically do not deal with young adult, and your novel is a young adult, you can eliminate that agent from your list. They're not going to take you on solely for the reason that you are writing a young adult novel. It doesn't matter that some of your other genres clash with theirs. The mere fact is that it's the age group that doesn't mix. So the age group is the tiebreaker more times than often, so do keep an eye out for that and make sure, because certain agents do state that they specifically will not work with that genre. So if they don't work with the genre that you're writing in, chances are they're not going to take you on, so don't even contact them. Why take the rejection? Where to find agents at? Well, yes, there is that wonderful book of the Writer's Digest market for literary agents, I want to say it is. That is a huge book that costs you about $25, I want to say it is, a pop. And they give you a big list of agents, but they also lie to you sometimes, and you still have to do your research about these agents. So the main place you want to search for these agents is online, because you will easily access their website, learn about specific agents, and know who they're taking on, if they're taking on new clients at all. That is also another big thing you you have to keep your eyes open for if an agency is taking on new clients, if an agent solely is taking on new clients, because sometimes you will have certain agents that are taking on clients and some that are not. So you need to pay attention. You need to make sure that they are taking on new clients and that they deal with your genre. Where you live is also another factor you're going to have to add in. There are some agents who will deal with international clients, though more times than often that is not the case. Here in the UK, it's simple really because the UK is so small that you just Google UK literary agents and it takes you to a whole page that has them all there. So if you are in the UK, I will post the link below for you guys so you guys can check them out and you can get that whole big list. If you are in America, that's a little different because, as you guys know, America is a much bigger country with a lot more agents scattered throughout the country. When I was looking into publishing my first novel, Exchange, I was looking at New York agents specifically because that was closer to where I lived. There were, however, agents in California, in Florida, in, I want to say somewhere in the middle of the country, and I lived there, so I should know this, but I don't. But there are agents everywhere, and you need to pay attention because some of them will only deal with certain clients in certain sectors of the country if you are in the United States. The easiest way to search for agents, go to Google or whatever search engine you prefer, type in literary agents in this area, and chances are you will get a big list that pops up. So you found your big list of literary agents, and the thing I want you to do is pull up Excel or Word document, whatever it is you have, and go through each agent and make a list of the agents you want to choose from. Now you can have as many agents as your little heart is content. You could have like 500 agents or 20 agents. It doesn't matter. Just make that list. Make it so that way you are forced to take that step forward that you want to take that step forward. However, with this list, there is something different I want you guys to do because it's something I picked up over, trying to get my first novel published and working to get my new novel Hunted published. Put little stars next to the agent's name of the one you want to contact. 5 stars means this is the agency that you really, really want to work with and, keep going down. Whereas 1 is like, yeah, I'm not too fussed. If I get picked up by them, awesome. The ones that you are going to put the 1 star next to are going to be the first few you're going to contact because why? The first few synopsises and cover letters that you are sending out to these agents are going to be rejected. And if you have time to polish your work and make it perfect, then you haven't ruined your chances with the agencies that you really, really want to work with. In that same token, this could backfire because while I say that chances are you're going to be rejected in the first few that you're going to send out, you might get picked up, in which case, if that is the case, that you do get picked up within the first 10 you send out and someone's like, hey, I really like your work, can you send me your manuscript? Then maybe you want to hurry up and send it off to one of the agencies you really want to work with, though there are no guarantees that they will pick you up. It's all a gamble, really. If you send it off to an agency that you really want to work with too early before your work is polished and they reject you, you're going to feel discouraged and you're not going to want to send it out anymore. Whereas if you go the route I'm taking and sending it off to agents you don't really want to work with right away, that you're just kind of like, oh, I'm not fussed about it, and they decide to take you on, then you have to make the choice. Do I contact the agency that I really want to work with, or do I go with the one who wants me? In the end, it's going to be a lot of fun, but it will be really stressful if you have to come to that. So prepare yourselves for rejection and all of that fun stuff. There's no escaping it, and it will only make you grow as a writer. So that is my video about the agents. Not much to say about them other than make your list, figure out which ones you really want to work with, figure out which ones you don't really want to work with, make sure you know your genres because more times than often that will be the tiebreaker, and be sure to read the agents' lists. Not just the genre list, but make sure that they are taking on new clients. That's really important. There's also the off chance that some do not take unsolicited work, that if you haven't been recommended to them, that they won't touch you. So pay attention for that too. I did forget to mention that earlier, but pay attention for that. All links will be below for the agents in the UK, and I will try and find some for America. Also, my Twitter is below if you guys want to follow me and all that fun stuff, along with Figment if you guys want to publish your work in there, although it's not. If you publish it there, that doesn't mean you can't publish it with an agency. It's just online, don't worry. But you can have other authors read it and other writers read it, and they review it and critique it for you, so that way your work is the best it can be. My next video that will be up and coming is going to be all about the cover letter, and we are finally getting to that important stuff. So keep an eye out for that and start thinking about yourself and if you've ever had anything published before in your life. So make a list. And until then, you guys, bye!